Hey guys, and welcome back. So today's video is going to be another installment of my best and worst series. If you didn't see my MAC one already, then I will link it below. But in that video, a lot of you guys had so many requests for different brands, and I also did a Twitter poll as well asking you which brands you would like to see next. And Too Faced and Urban Decay definitely came up tops. So I'm going to be doing Too Faced first. Urban Decay will be coming soon. I just feel like I need a little bit more prep time to kind of retry some of the products that I've liked in the past, just to test if I still like them, if you get what I mean. So if you are not familiar with this series, it's basically talking about my favourite items from one particular brand. This isn't sponsored by Too Faced, I'm just doing it because I want to talk about the products that I love from that brand. They're one of my favourite brands of the past couple of years. I really started getting into them probably in the last 18 months, and I have to say they're one of those brands that don't judge them by their packaging if you don't like the packaging. If you love the packaging, that's great, totally judge them by that because it is brilliant. But if it's not your thing, just try the products first, because the products are amazing and they kind of package everything in super kind of kitsch girly packaging, which is definitely not going to be everyone's taste. I think it's super cute. I wouldn't want all of my makeup to be like that, but I do like the occasional like little bit of fun in my makeup bag. But yeah, their products are just absolutely incredible, and today I'm going to be talking about my favourite ones and a couple of bad ones at the end as well. But I'm going to start off with one of the first products that I tried from them. Actually, probably not one of the first ones, but one of the first ones that I really loved, and I got this maybe 2 years ago now, and it's the Hangover Primer. So this is called a replenishing face primer with coconut water, electrolytes, probiotics, it's silicone free, so if you don't like silicone primers, this is really nice. It basically just feels like a moisturizer. It's so nice if you have like dry skin or not particularly kind of problem oily skin, and you just want something that will really kind of hydrate your skin at the same time as giving you a really nice base for makeup. This is perfect. I just really like everything about it. It's not greasy, it's not heavy, but at the same time it still feels nourishing on the skin and leaves your skin feeling really nice. It's like the perfect in-between kind of moisturizer and primer. If you want a little bit of extra moisture in your primer, I'd really recommend this, and I love it. And then another base product that I love from Too Faced, and I've spoken about many times, is the Born This Way foundation. This is, it's called Absolute Perfection foundation. So it is very high coverage, but I don't think it looks heavy on the skin. I think it just looks really gorgeous and natural. It's oil free, but it's not too matte. Like, it still has that really nice kind of glow to it. I just personally really like this. The colour I have is in nude, which I don't know if it is still exactly the right colour for me because I've just got back from holiday, but I just really like the consistency of it. Like, it's not drying, it's not cakey, it's just very kind of luminous in its finish, but at the same time also not being greasy looking. Like I said, it's oil free. It's just really good. If you're looking for a high coverage foundation that you can wear every day, I would definitely recommend that. And then the concealers that they did as part of the same range, the Born This Way concealers, are also lovely. And I hadn't actually used these in a while until I was trying everything out to make this video this weekend. And so I dug these out and I started using them again. I'd forgotten how much I really do love them. I have light, oh, these are both in light medium. Why do I have two of the same colour? Okay, well, I have a backup that I've been using. So yeah, my colour is light medium. I use this like under my eyes, but also along the bridge of my nose. I probably need a slightly darker one for the rest of my face at the moment. But personally, I really love this for under the eyes because it has decent coverage, but at the same time, it's not dry. Like, it's so nice and moisturizing. It has the same kind of consistency as the foundation in the sense that it's not going to leave your skin feeling kind of parched. If you do have like, I feel like not a lot of people have like really dry under eyes. Like, it's quite a well moisturized part of your face in comparison to like your chin and your nose and your cheeks and stuff, but at the same time you don't want it to look dry, and when you have that kind of consistency of concealer and it does look dry, it makes you look a little bit more wrinkly. So I feel like this is a really flattering under eye concealer. It just blends really beautifully into the skin as well, so I definitely recommend that if you're looking for like a more moisturizing concealer. For mascaras, my first worst product is going to be their Better Than Sex mascara. I know this is a controversial thing to say because a lot of people love it, but for me personally, when I use that mascara, it makes my lashes look incredible. Like, if they were to stay like that, it would probably be one of my all-time favourite mascaras because it literally makes you look like you've got false lashes. It's amazing. They look huge and separated and fluttery and gorgeous, but on me, it just doesn't stay on my eyelashes. It flakes, it smudges, it just doesn't stay. Basically, you know, one of those mascaras that you end up after a few hours, you have literal like lines of mascara here and you have like bits falling down. On me, it's like that. It just does not stay on my eyelashes. So for that reason, the Best in Sex mascara is on my worst list. But this one, which is the Better Than Sex waterproof, is on my favourites list because this stuff is amazing. So it basically has everything that I liked about the Better Than Sex mascara without the smudginess. So it makes your lashes look amazing. It's a little bit more clumpy, probably quite a lot more clumpy actually, because it is that waterproof kind of formula. So it's a little bit thicker and like more kind of sticky, if that makes sense, but it's really, really good. And if I were to recommend a waterproof mascara, it would be this one, because generally I don't like them. I don't use them very often because they're so hard to get off, but this one isn't too difficult to get off. It stays on, like, if you do actually want it for the waterproof element, but it also stays on throughout the day and doesn't come off on your face like the original one does for me. So, and also, can we just talk about the packaging, which is amazing. So the packaging is like covered in pretend water droplets, which look really, really real. Like, it's quite mesmerizing just to stare at it for that reason as well. Moving on to blushes, I have two favorite blushes from Too Faced. The first one, now that some of their other blushes are out, looks really boring because the packaging is quite simple, but it's actually really cute. It's the Love Flush blush in Baby Love. So I have had quite a few of these blushes in different colours. This is definitely my favourite. It's the most kind of natural colour for me. I really love it. It doesn't have a scent, which is really unusual for Too Faced. Normally all their powders now are like peach or peanut butter or chocolate or whatever, whereas this one doesn't actually really smell of anything, but it comes in this cute little heart compact. I really, really love the level of pigmentation of this. It's not too heavily pigmented. Like, it's not one of those blushes that you're like, damn it, I put too much blush on, but it has a really decent level of pigment. The colour is perfect for me and I just really, really like it, and it's one of those blushes that I come back to again and again. So that is one of my favourite blushes. And then the other one is the most recent blusher launch, which is the Papa Don't Peach blusher, which I've also spoken about in a monthly favourites fairly recently. This is actually not that peach. Like, I'll talk about the rest of the peach collection in a minute when I'm talking about my non-favourites, because actually quite a bit of it I didn't like that much because I don't really like peach tones as much as rosy tones in general. But this is actually a really nice pinky peach colour. It's not too orange. It has a really nice kind of slightly golden shimmer to it that's just really flattering. So it's still a peach, but it does have that like pinky element to it, which I find is one of the only kind of peach colours that I actually like wearing. So I really like that, and it smells very strongly of peach. I feel like the peach collection is the most overpowering in terms of scent. Like, if you don't like scented products, this probably won't be for you. But if, like me, you open things up and you're like, oh yeah, give me that, then yeah, you'll love this because it smells so strongly of peach. And then an honourable mention, it's definitely not my favourite next to the blush, but I do actually really, really like the highlighter palette that they brought out as part of the peach collection as well. But I have to say, in terms of what I was going to spend my money on, because I got sent this one, I probably wouldn't have bought this because I think the packaging is really big for what it is, but also, like, I definitely don't really use these two products as much as I use the really pretty shimmery highlighter. Having said that, the pretty shimmery highlighter is incredibly beautiful and I do use it quite a lot. But yeah, I think the actual blusher is probably a better investment than the palette, but I do really like the palette. And then last but not least for my favourites from Too Faced, I sat down with all of my Too Faced eyeshadow palettes and stared at them for a little while and just thought, how can I choose my favourites out of these? Because they are all freaking amazing. So again, an honourable mention goes out to the peanut butter and jelly and the original chocolate bar palettes, which haven't made this video, but I do really like them. So I've chosen 3 palettes that I think are my favourites of all time from Too Faced. Bear in mind, I haven't actually tried their new, I think it's the Natural Love, the big palette. That is next on my list to try because it looks amazing. I really, really want that. But my favourite 3 are, the first one, this was actually I think the first product that I got from Too Faced, because I'm pretty sure I had this before the primer. This is the Natural Eyes eyeshadow palette. This is the second one of these that I've had, and this to me is like one of the perfect neutral palettes. Like, if you don't wear a huge amount of makeup and you want one palette in your collection that's going to cover all of your bases, whether it be a smoky eye, natural daytime look, like very natural matte contoured eye look, a little bit of shimmer, if you want it to cover everything, this really does it. Because you have these gorgeous, gorgeous matte colours at the top, which are pale, medium, dark in matte. Then you have a really beautiful kind of like champagne colour here, a medium shimmery colour, and then more of a slightly cooler tone, like it has a little bit of a hint of a kind of green like undertone to it. I actually don't use this one a lot at all. And at the bottom you've got that mid-tone blending colour, a gorgeous kind of golden shimmer, and then a shimmery dark like brown. So literally you have everything covered. So useful. I haven't actually used this particular one that much, but when I first got it, I used it to death. Absolutely loved it. And it's really convenient as well, because although these palettes aren't tiny, they're still pretty compact, and because they have the metal packaging, they are so durable. Like, I actually just dropped this properly onto a hard floor when I was bringing it upstairs to film, and none of it smashed. Like, it's just, yeah, really durable and good for traveling and stuff. So that's my first favourite eyeshadow palette from Too Faced. And then for the bigger palettes, I had a bit of a standoff. I was like trying really hard to choose favourites, and I wanted to choose just one, but I couldn't. So I ended up choosing the Sweet Peach and the Chocolate Bonbons palette for two different reasons. So first of all, the Sweet Peach, again, I didn't think I would love this because I'm not a huge kind of peach eye fan, but actually when you look at the colours in this, they're all so wearable, apart from this one, like, which I don't think I've used ever, and potentially the pinky one as well. Like, if you take out those two, they are not actually that peach and very wearable. This has such a huge variation in colour that I just think it's so useful. So you've got, again, the pale mattes, you've got a lot of the medium kind of like shimmery ones, but you've also got kind of pink tones, you've got bronzy tones, you've got a little bit more terracotta here in this one, you've got purples, you've got a really gorgeous green, which is called Bless Her Heart, you've got black. It's not matte black, like, it has a bit of shimmer to it, but still you could definitely use it for like a really good smoky eye. I feel like they've just covered a lot of the bases there. So if you do like slightly warmer, more kind of warmer and pinkier at the same time, so they have that like peach tone, but then they also have some pinky ones, then this one will be for you. But my other favourite out of the bigger palettes is the Chocolate Bonbons. And I chose the Bonbons one over the Chocolate Bar palette because I actually use this more. Although I think, first off, like, if I was looking at the outside packaging and everything, like, this is very like girly and quite young looking, and the Chocolate Bar one is a lot less like that, I think. And also when you open it, it's got the hearts and stuff. I think I would automatically go for the Chocolate Bar palette, the original one. But actually, in terms of how much I've used it, I've barely used my Chocolate Bar palette, whereas I've used this loads. So I feel like, for me, this is a more of a favourite. It's a little bit, well, actually quite a lot more cool tone. So if you do like more of your cool tone colours, then this one is going to be for you over the peach palette, definitely. But I just love in this palette how they have such beautiful mattes, especially these ones like Cashew Chew, Almond Truffle, this mocha colour, just so gorgeous. Has really beautiful slightly warm toned matte brown Bordeaux. I love this Earl Grey colour, which is like the dark kind of slightly metallic tealy green. Really good blending colours in Divinity, which is like a really gorgeous kind of base colour, perfect for like all over your lid. And then they have like Satin Sheets, which is a gorgeous shimmery one, which again, you could definitely use this as a highlighter on your face as well, like if you wanted to. But yeah, that is my other favourite from Too Faced. Absolutely love both of those. If you're trying to like navigate the world of Too Faced palettes, I hope that's helped, because it is hard because they're all so good. And another mention as well to the quality of the palettes, because that's the other thing, like I said in the beginning about Too Faced, I think you can get distracted by how cute their packaging is. And if you're into that, it's like, oh my god, it's so cute. But actually, the quality of their eyeshadows is almost second to none. I genuinely think they are potentially even better than the Urban Decay Naked palette quality. Like, I just really love the blendability, the colour payoff. They're so easy to work with. You rarely get like a dud colour in any of the palettes, which I think in the Urban Decay palettes is a real downfall. Like, most of them will be good, and then there'll be one that's got like ridiculous fallout of glitter or just isn't as pigmented, whereas these I think are consistently freaking amazing. So yeah, those are my favourites. And then for the worst products, I've already mentioned the Better Than Sex mascara, which I don't really love. But another thing that I wanted to mention, I don't have to show you because I've given most of the things I don't like away, which kind of makes sense, right? But the peach glosses, I actually didn't really like. There was one colour. I liked the formulation, I liked the smell. Just the colours for me weren't that flattering. So there was the one colour, I can't remember the name of it, that I did keep, and I cannot find it somewhere in my collection right now, but I do like that one. But I think the colours for me just weren't that flattering. They're all quite pale and quite peachy, which I get because it's a peach collection, but they're probably my least favourite. And then also the Melted Matte lipsticks, I really don't like. I find them really dry. They also did like a metallic, like a melted metallic like version of those, which just for me like is just not me, so I wasn't a massive fan of those. And I also don't really like the packaging that they do for those in the squeezy tube. I just think for that kind of product it works for like a lip balm kind of product like the Clarins ones, but I wasn't a massive fan of the packaging and the product together. So yeah, I didn't like those. And then the last thing I didn't like from Too Faced that I've tried over the years are the Sun Bunny bronze, and like I can't remember what, like there's like pink leopard or like snow leopard, all of the shimmery bronzers from them I've never really got into because I think they're too shimmery for what they are. But again, that's personal preference, so totally like will vary. If you like shimmery bronzers and really shimmery blushes, then you might like those, but for me they just really weren't up my street. So yeah, that is it for my best and worst of Too Faced. Like I said before, one of my favourite brands. Honestly, if you haven't tried anything from them, I hope this video has given you a bit of an insight into like what is really good. Oh, another thing I was going to mention that I totally forgot because I couldn't find it, the eyeliners, the liquid eyeliners are really good as well. The black one. I'm so fickle with my liquid eyeliners though, I change all the time, but I did really like that one. But yeah, I hope this has helped you if you're looking to try out some Too Faced stuff or you're just interested in the brand. Let me know in the comment section below. What would you like to see next? Which brand would you like to see me cover? Urban Decay is coming, so if there's anything apart from Urban Decay, let me know. And if you've got any other product recommendations that I haven't included from Too Faced, also let me know in the comments, and I'll speak to you guys very soon.